Welcome back, man. Welcome back, people, to the morning insider show. Nicardo Media House. Bless up to the people, them. Yeah, the people, the morning tea show. Don't know the usual suspect. The morning insider family. Bless up on yourself, and thanks for the continuous support you guys have been giving this channel and this show. And guess what? You say if you're new and you just stumble around this video, don't forget to like, share, comment. Only if you like the video and like the content. We want loyal support around you. So if you don't really like it, then you can walk along. But if you really like it, we welcome you. You understand? No bias treatment. We just deal with loyalty around here. You understand? But I mean, quarterfinals, I'm gonna preview. Look, I'm gonna preview the 4 games that's coming up. I say I'm gonna drop a preview alone with the Reggae Boys, but me I say no. It's been a while, since I talk about the rest of the CONCACAF, the rest of the region, Central American teams. They are so hot. The US men's national team, Mexico, new coaches on the horizon. A whole lot of things are going outside of Reggae Boy football, and I'm glad for the local moment, when we can expand wing and show me local versatility of talking about the rest of the national teams. You get what I say? But I mean, people, look, one new team in the quarterfinal of what happened last campaign. Yeah, Trinidad got replaced by Suriname, but we have 2 matchups that going to bring the continuity of what happened last campaign. Yeah, the L3 versus the La H, Mexico, Honduras, and also the Los Ticos will host the Panamanian national team again. You understand? The Reggae Boys, yeah, the Reggae Boys, the semi-finalists from last campaign, they will play again in Kingston, Jamaica. You understand? But look at it, man. Big game. I know so everybody anticipate that. Look, they need their national team to get the better of the other team over these 2-legged games. As I said, 2 games, today, Jamaica versus the US, and also Panama will travel to Los Ticos, to Costa Rica. And then, you don't know, tomorrow is the big game. I would say probably the biggest game in this quarterfinal is the Honduras and Mexico game. The return of what happened in San Pedro Sula last year. This time, yeah, you understand? The Honduras, they do what they have to do at home, but they falter on the away turf in Mexico, in the Azteca. But look, people, where we kick it off? I kick it off with Panama and Costa Rica. Yeah, man, and this time I kick it off. Panama and Costa Rica. Look, these 2 teams drawn again. Yeah, what happened last campaign? Panama run riot over Costa Rica, 6-1 on aggregate, 3-0 in the first leg, 3-1 in the second leg, 3-1 in the first, 3-1 in the first leg, and 3-0 in the second leg, 6-1 on aggregate. But look, this Costa Rica team is a different team of what happened 12 months ago. You say the same, probably the same, majority of the players them played in the quarterfinal last campaign against Panama. But what happened? This team have a lot more maturity. You understand? This team have made a whole lot of progress over the last 12 months. But if you take it back and go back all the way in the Copa America, yeah, when this Costa Rica team joined in the Copa America zone with Uruguay, Brazil, and Paraguay, 3 South American teams, who could have told that this Costa Rica team, yeah, would have picked up 4 points, draw with a big mighty Brazil, and beat Paraguay. They did it, but they did it. It wasn't enough to bring them through to the knockout run, but they finished 1 point behind the mighty Brazil. You understand? But if you look on it, Panama have made strides over years from now. Panama went through to the knockout round, got beaten by Colombia in the knockout round in the Copa America. They joined against Bolivia. They joined against Colombia. Is it Colombia? I don't think it's Colombia, but they joined against the US and another team. I don't remember the other team, but they have joined against the US, Bolivia, and another team. I don't remember that team, but it's 3 South American teams. And when you look at it, man, you're like, wow, Panama have done it. They beat the likes of the US, yeah? They beat the likes of Bolivia, and they went right through to the knockout run. So this Panama team is not a joke team. So this game is pretty much probably even. It's one of the most even game in this quarterfinal, where you could say result can swing both ways. But I would say Panama, they probably have a little bit of edge over the Los Ticos, to advance to the semi-final. But if Panama going to get something from this game, them have to make sure that, look, in the first leg in Costa Rica later, they don't get a lot of they don't concede a lot of goals in the game coming up later. And Costa Rica, if they want to have something in the second leg going in Panama City, they must defeat this Panamanian national team with at least 2-goal advantage over the Panama team, because this Panama team is very strong at home, especially under Thomas Christiansen. This team is no joke. This team is tactically, can set up to be a counter team. They're very disciplined, they're strong. They have this camaraderie and this self-belief that they can beat any team that's come in front of them. But it's going to be a well-even team, and I'm looking forward to this battle. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this battle, and I'm looking forward to watch the second half of this game after the Reggaeboyz game finish, because this game starts 1 hour after the Reggaeboyz game starts. So I'm looking forward to see this game as well. So it's going to be a very good game. But it's all about what Claudio Vivas can do. Gustavo Alfaro, yeah, the man that almost brought them to the promised land in the Copa America, but over the summer after the Copa, he have resigned to take up the managerial job. The team that he beat in the Copa America, Paraguay, yeah, and look, Gustavo is a very, very good coach. Look at what he's doing since he arrived in Paraguay. Paraguay have going up in the table in the South American World Cup qualification. So very good coach. But now the Argentinian Claudio Vivas, what he can do, yeah, can he help push this young Costa Rican team over the mighty Panamanian team? You understand? Costa Rica might have one of the strongest league and the best team in Central America, but when it comes down to international football, I would say probably Panama is the strongest team in Central America. So it's going to be a tough battle. Let's move on and talk about what is happening in the game that's coming up tomorrow. The Canucks, yeah, the Canucks versus the Suriname boys, the boys that they said are located in South America. The Surinamese, look at this game, man. It's going to be this game, I'm so happy that Trinidad went to the quarterfinals last campaign and got beaten, in not over 2 legs. They beat the US, in the second leg. They got in a narrowly, I would say probably narrowly, because the way how they played that game in Austin last campaign against the US men's national team, Trinidad, you say they just unfortunately missed up. But no, it's Suriname time. Can the Surinamese team pull off the biggest shocking result that might happen in this quarterfinal round? But look, the Surinamese team, coached by Stanley Menzo, a former player, a legend of Surinamese football, a man that who born and raised in Suriname, who played over 300 games for the Ajax, yeah, the Ajax club team in Netherlands in the Eredivisie League. This man is probably, you say, if you call Menzo name, you call Suriname name. Is a legend in the country, and his appointment, from earlier up in the year of this year, it's been really good. The team, the trajectory of where this team is going, the Surinamese team, but the mighty Canadian team, you will say they got a big upset what happened last campaign when the Reggaeboyz, you could say, even the Reggaeboyz, when they overcame that 2-1 deficit at home in Kingston and went to Toronto and got a massive 3-2, a 3-2 win over the Canadian national team. Big Bowser with 2 goals. But when you look at it, at that time, the Reggaeboyz were fighting against something that I've never done in like around, you say, I think probably around 13 years. The record of that was the Canadian national team at home in Canada. They have a run that they haven't lost since 2010. 15 wins, 0 defeat, and only 2 draw. And the Reggaeboyz have broken that. So go back from then until now, the Canada national team can lose a game at home. They only played 1 after that big defeat. Yeah, they only played 1 game after that big defeat by the Reggaeboyz. But I'm saying, if the Surinamese team And the man himself, Becca, the man who got the lone goal to beat Barcelona on the weekend as well for Real Sociedad, yeah, he must come up with the goods, yeah. But Suriname must do damage at home against the Canadian national team. But when you look at Canada, of what since Jesse March have been appointed just a month before the Copa America start, many people would say, whoa, very shocking, appointment. I think he got defeated, in a warm-up game against France. I think he draw. I don't remember if he draw or got defeated a game against the Netherlands, but we walk into the Copa America in a zone where the Albiceleste, the big mighty Argentinian, and he match up with them on the same park, and he went right to the semi-final. So you could see that Jesse March, he have taken up this Canadian national team and he have bring them like the best team right now in the region. So Suriname will be up against it, and over the two leg, they're going to have to be precise. They're going to have to be close to 100% to get something out of this game. But they must do something at home in the first leg. If they cannot get a win, you would say the result going to be big for them to get something in Toronto. You understand? But we're going to move on and talk about the game, the biggest game in the quarterfinal, the L3 versus the La H. Yeah, Mexico versus Honduras. Yeah, Ronaldo Rueda versus Javier Aguirre, ex Rafa Marquez and Andreas Guardado. Yeah, it's a big Mexican team. This is the time now. Can Javier Aguirre, the former Mexico national team coach, get the best out of these sets of players? What he have done in the last couple of months, especially in the last couple of windows, he have brought back a whole heap of experience back in this Mexico team. But one big step up, one big difference with this Mexican team is Raul Jimenez, the man that who scored 11, the man who played 11 games for Fulham this season, 4 goals and 2 assists. That's more than 50% of his tally in goals involvement for Fulham. Yeah, and he almost be the first Fulham player to at least go 6 straight games with a goal and an assist. Yeah, almost did it. So him with unform, Santi Jimenez is out injured, but when you look at this Mexico team, he have went back for the basic. He have went back for the key players. He have went back for the more experienced player. Players like Jesus Gallardo, but for Honduras, Ronaldo Rueda in the last window, Starman Luis Palma got left out because of many different reasons. Yeah, now he have returned back to the national team, but one name still missing after 1 year with the La H team, and it's Quater. Quater is still missing for the national team, and what he have done last year at this time, coming up in the quarterfinals against Mexico in San Pedro Sula, he have walked out of camp, chose to go on an island to celebrate his wife's birthday. And the gaffer, the professor, Ronaldo Rueda, said he's not having it. And from then until now, Quater have never stepped back foot in the national team. Alberto Ellis, yeah, he's still injured, trying to recover back from his nasty knee injury. So it's all about what Luis Palma and Antonio Choco Lozano can do with this against this Mexico team. But this Mexico team, yeah, they have made 3 major appointments around a couple of months ago. One, the head coach Javier Aguirre, the man that who have experience coaching in the Spanish La Liga. Rafa Marquez, the Barcelona B manager, yeah, they went for him as well. So they're going for experience. They're going for the people that know to get the results and know about what is really lacking with this Mexico team. Because this Mexico team is probably one of the worst Mexican team in generations, but they have went for experience. And also Andreas Guardado, yeah, the maestro, the midfielder, is also on the coaching staff with Javier Aguirre. So this Mexico team trajectory is about to go on up. They have beat the US men's national team during the last window 2-0 in Guadalajara. But this game, the second leg in Mexico, yeah, the return after the first leg will play in Toluca. And the stadium already packed, jam-packed. Yeah, it's a sold-out stadium in Toluca. It's been years this Mexican team don't play a game in Toluca, competitive game. And the last time they played in Toluca, guess what happened? Honduras are the last team to beat them in Toluca. So can the Honduras national team get a positive result in San Pedro Sula, a stadium that have already sold right out? If they can get a result and history repeat back itself, Honduras team will be a big surprise. And will Javier Aguirre lose his job? Will Rafa Marquez lose his job? But this is a statement signing. They're building on the future. Yeah, this Mexico team have been going through managerial crisis. Osorio, Miguel Herrera, Tata Martino, Jamie Lozano, you name it. They have gone through the last 10 years with around 8 different managers. So, Diego Coco, so many managers. Ferretti, these managers are all big name managers in the Americas region. But there's something is lacking with this Mexico team. And this is why I said these three major appointments for the Mexican national, administration. Javier Aguirre, they brought him back. Rafa Marquez, the legend, know what it is, how a Mexican team should play. Andres Guardado is back not back, but he's in the dugout after retired from the national team last year. So hopefully we can see a very good game with the Mexican national team. But it's going to be hell broke loose in San Pedro Sula tomorrow. It's going to be a game to watch, my friend. Yeah, it's going to be a game to watch. And this game, I said, the winner for the tournament might come from this game, because it doesn't matter what we saw in the group stage against the La H with the Reggaeboyz or Mexico, yeah, in the friendlies that they have played. This Honduras team can kick up a storm at any time. There's a very good team. There's a team in them. But what they can do on the pitch, can Ronaldo Rueda get the best out of his players on the pitch? Can he get the best out of his star man, Luis Palma and Tony Choco Lozano? You understand? But I mean, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say with Honduras and also the Mexican national team. But it's all about what's going to happen later in Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, but people, big game against the Yanks. This game will be one of the most crucial game of Mauricio Pochettino era. If he can get past the Reggaeboyz, it will be a regular day in US football. But if Steve McClaren get the better of the Argentinian, them are going to turn America upside down and flip it round like a ball and roll it like a merry-go-round. Because the criticism now will stop you. So if Jamaica beat them in the first leg, which I believe Jamaica will beat this US team. Look, them have their own problem. Them have their own unrest issues that they really are sort out. Mauricio Pochettino is pretty much new to this setup. That is, this whole era of football, CONCACAF region is different. Jurgen Klinsmann talk about it in his first competitive game, coaching the US men's national team during the build-up for the 2020, the 2006 World Cup in Germany. You understand? You have talked about it, and look, it's not an easy era to conquer. Yeah, it's totally different than what you experience in Europe. But what will give Mauricio Pochettino probably some leeway? He's from South America, so it is in the Americas region. It's something similar than what they used to in South America, but it's different here. It's different. In his first competitive game, it will be in Kingston. Not the best of surface. The weather is bad. A lot of rain fall. Then the office, the national stadium, as they will call it, Estadio Nacional, the pitch is soft. The soil is soft. We have seen it. It's easy to dig up. Yeah, so it's not going to be a pretty surface. I can say that from now. It's not going to be a pretty surface. The ball now gonna roll according to how Mauricio Pochettino want to have his ball possession. Will he go with a back three? Will he go with a back four? You understand? But let's look at it, on the Reggae Boy standpoint. This game, we must start the game on the front foot. We must make sure that we set the tempo in the first minute of the game. We have the ball. We set the tempo. We start the pace. We start the rhythm. Joga Bonita, the fans. But it must all start from the national anthem. Yeah? It must all start from the national anthem right here. Everybody must get up and sing that national anthem with pride. Give the players them that feeling, that extra motivation that they're looking for. Yeah, this game it gonna be as me can tell you, this game gonna be a very tactical game. McClaren don't want to lose. Pochettino don't want to lose. Mauricio Pochettino will be more happy with a draw. Go back into Missouri, a place that they only lost one time since 1957. You understand? So looking at it, tactical, I'm just saying, can we get the best of the players on the opposition team 1v1? Can we match them 1v1? Can we mark this team, yeah, man to man? Can we zone and mark them? Can we mark them in a unit? We need to get all those plans, everything detailed. Every player have an understanding of what is detail in structure. What is his your duty is to do this. Yeah, your duty is to do this. Every man know what is his duty. But I mean, when you look at it now, people, to be honest, so my starting lineup will be, Andre Blake, the Wall of China, Tavon Gray in the back, Deshaun Bernard and Nanalo in the center of position. Why? These two players have already have a partnership where they have played already. Yes, it's not the best of the best, but they have the understanding in this region. I think they have the quality. I think when you look at Deshaun Bernard, he's probably the second best top farm defender that we have alongside Ethan Pinnock. Then Nana Lowe, Mason Holgate just started to get some game for West Brom. Played really well in the last game. Standout player. But I would just say, with the very experienced American team, I will use the most very experienced center half that we have that played in these games already. Nanalo and Deshaun Bernard. Those two players I will pick. And also, I will use Greg Lay. In the left back position. Why? Amari Bell, for last 3 months, he have gotten two different type of hamstring. Two hamstring in separate legs. So you say it's going to be a wet surface, greasy surface. Yeah. Let's play him, in Missouri. Play him in Missouri. Play each fullback in separate games. You understand? Make sure that the fullbacks stay fresh. And the midfield, because we bring Isaac Aidan, and when you look at it, we have been crying out for a midfielder. There's no way this man can come, as much as when you look at his circumstance, off the pitch, not getting enough minutes. Yes, I understand, but you have to throw him in there. You have to throw him in there. And can he play the number 8 position? Can he get the best out of a Joe Latibodier? Take a little bit of a pressure off Joe Latibodier. You get me? I said, take a little bit of pressure off him. Then someone that's going to be alongside him where he's going to can keep the ball. And, probably start the case with Palmer. You understand? People that, can take control of the ball in the midfield and let Joe Latibodier focus and try to be that destructive player that's going to break up all the plays for the Reggaeboyz. But again, man, Leon Bailey on the right, as he said, the general is back. And I will start Cephas on the left hand side because he have give them loads of problem in that game in Arlington. Yeah, Tim Ream don't want to see him. Mark McKenzie don't want to see him. Joe Skelly don't want to see him. They be kind of hyping up Joe Skelly and how he kind of mark out Vinicius in that friendly game, build up for Copa America. You understand? But I think, Cephas is probably the better winger we have right now on farm that who's really fit. He's playing consistently, but he has to do it on a pitch. And Big Bowser, Rima Jesus, must play in that number 9 position, and he must run his socks off, because guess what? You have a Romaro Williams that's going to come off the bench and going to bring his fresh energy to that second half. So we want Rima Jesus make sure that him run out him last tripe out time belly, because guess what? Antonio will start in the second leg. You know, I mean, that's my starting lineup, you know, people. That's my starting lineup. But I'm saying, if the US team come with a back three, them dead. More likely, them dead. It's a higher percentage that them are got dead. Because back three are going to expose the feeble back three that them have. And guess what? When you look at if a back three them are going to play, Anthony Robinson will play on that left-hand side, the left wing back. And you're going to have a Ream on the left, probably the left side of the back three. Or if it's a back four. But let's start with the back three. He can expose with pace. Yeah, he can expose with pace. When you look at the right side, he probably use Musa of what AC Milan have done. You know, Fonseca did with Musa, you know, in the AC Milan games many times. He played outside on that right hand side, his new role. But if it's a back three, we're going to have a lot of gaps behind, because those two wing backs are very attacking, especially Anthony Robinson. And when you look at if they go with a back three, they're going to play with two midfielders. Maybe that's going to be Johnny Cardoza and McKennie, and then you're going to have like Aaron, Aarons and Ara Tillman in the midfield with a Christian Pulisic drifting inside, and they're going to clog that midfield up, and it's going to be a 4. But guess what? It's one of the easiest things to block a midfield channel by placing bodies into it and be tactically set up, tactically disciplined and hold the shape. Let them play from the wing. And guess what? Play from the wing with ball coming inside the box. Deshaun Bernard, one of the most clearance in the championship with his head for Sheffield Wednesday this season. He's in the top 5 of that. So he's very good at that all season long. And when you look at it, they might come with, a Pepe. Pepe will start over Brandon Vasquez. Brandon Vasquez, is not really, he's probably the lesser experienced number 9 that they have. So, I'm looking at it overall, man, this US team can get beaten, but it has to be a tactical game by the Reggaeboyz. It have to be detailing game by each individual player that have their duties to do. And from there, it's a unit. Yeah, it's a unit come together and play as one. So my people, the Reggaeboyz later, fully support, fully active, we're out. Yeah, come out in the numbers and make sure start of the game when you sing the national anthem. Give the boys a cheer up. Yeah man, I'm out. The morning insiders here. Salute.